Hi VC, it's Aaron, Mitha. Today I've got a couple VCLTs and a bunch of vinyl finds from the last week. I went to Salt Lake with my wife for the weekend and she had a medical appointment, so I took that opportunity to do some record hunting and I found a bunch of great stuff. I've got it all down here. But first I'll start off with the VCLTs. First off, it's from Emma at 8 Vinyl Low, and she sent me this about a week or two ago and I haven't really looked at it yet, the thing. But there's the Rock City Kitties. That's with Dylan, and he's a cool guy. He's got a great channel too. It says Dylan and Emma, Rock City Kitties, you've been picked. So this is very cool. And so this is what she sent. This is a thing. Aaron, keep thrashing, spring thrashing, pick inside. So I haven't looked at the pick yet. I've been waiting to do it on video. So let's see what the pick is. I know she sent, I think my friend Gary, one of these picks, but they might be different. I'm not sure. Let's see, get it out here. And I will put it up. Oh yeah, Rock City Kitties, cool. There we go, that's awesome. Almost looks like a Kiss mixed with Cheap Trick. I think that's what they're going for because Dylan's favorite band is Kiss. Emma's is Cheap Trick, so they kind of mixed their fonts for this. That's really cool. Awesome, thank you so much, Emma. And now for my VCLT I got from my great friend JC from the Flip Sides, Josh. Everyone knows him. My best friend in the vinyl community. I mean, I've got a lot of them, but he's just one of my greatest friends ever. And he sent me a couple records that he upgraded to official copies. So first is this unofficial copy of Hotwire from Kix. Now the only thing that's bad about this is kind of faded. I'm not faded, but it's really dark. I can see why he changed it, but that's really cool still. Thanks so much, Josh. I can't wait to spin this. I love Kix, and now I have everything from Cool Kids to this. I'm missing the debut and everything after this, but I got all of them in between, including my favorite, which is Midnight Dynamite. I really love all their stuff, but Midnight Dynamite's always been my favorite. There's the vinyl, very cool. So thanks so much, Josh. And then this one here is an album I used to have on cassette years ago, and I haven't really heard it for like maybe 30 years now. This is Taiketo with Don't Come Easy. I remember I liked it all right. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it's one I liked. And I just lost the cassette over the years, so this is very cool. Thanks so much, Josh. Taiketo, they're a band I like, so that's cool. It's not like they're Firehouse. Yeah, I won't accept Firehouse even on VCLTs. But here's the Taiketo. Very cool. They're a cool band, so I'm gonna listen to this here in the next week and get the memories flowing. So thanks so much, Josh. Those are awesome. Everyone, I'll leave links to Emma and Josh's channel down below. Two great members of the vinyl community. So now, this is what I picked up in Salt Lake, and I went a little crazy as I usually do. And first off, I got this from Pocatello, the rest are from Salt Lake. But I've been picking up these Japanese presses. This is the Cheap Trick debut Japanese press, so Emma will love this. Very cool, and this is my favorite Cheap Trick record. They've got a few more down for me. I've been waiting to get the money to buy them, so I'll have almost a whole Cheap Trick Japanese collection by the time I'm done. So, but this was the essential one I picked up first. Now all the rest I got from Salt Lake, and first off I'll start with this. And I'm so happy I got this. This is the most expensive record I bought there. And this is the Mo-Fi Magical Mystery Tour from the Beatles. And man, does this sound good. I listened to it yesterday and it blew me away, the sound quality. It's just like hearing it for the first time again almost. I love it when albums do that. And there's there we go. It doesn't have the booklet like but I've got the regular one with the booklet. But it does have, some inserts. The Japanese ones always do. There's the label. Sounds amazing. So I was very happy with how this one sounded. And it's probably my best sounding Beatles record now, so very cool. One of my favorite Beatles records too. It's my top 5. And then I got this King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard record, one I was missing. They got so many. I've got about a dozen of theirs now. I really like them. Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes with Call of the Wild. So I got now I have 3 Amboy Dukes records, and I like them. They're really good. And this one here, Steve from All the World of Stage will appreciate this. Ian Hunter Live, double record, and this is on Pear Records. So this has a different cover, on most labels, but this is just on this label. It has this cover, and there's the tracks. Has a great track list there. I still got to spin this. Ian Hunter's great, of course. And then this is another one I found, and this I've been wanting to find some material by this artist. First one I found is The Impossible Dream by the sensational Alex Harvey Band. And they've done a couple songs that have been covered by heavy metal bands. That's why I knew of them. But the song isn't on here. I know there's one that Brittany Fox did on Bite Down Hard, Midnight Moses, but that's not on this one. I'm pretty sure that was an Alex Harvey song, but pretty cool. I can't wait to hear this. And this one I've been looking for years. I'm a huge Harry Nilsson fan. So I finally found a copy of Son of Dracula. And this folds out here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And it loads from the top. And the cool thing with this is on a label that I've never seen before. It's called Rapple. So I'm assuming that's a mixture of RCA and Apple. So there's the label there. So it's got the RCA dog, kind of as a vampire dog with the Apple there, which is really cool. And I didn't even know that this had it until I got it, but it came with a iron-on, which I was putting in Discogs and I said that, so I looked in there and I had it. And here's the what it comes in. It's really flimsy. It's all kind of, you know, it's in not the greatest shape, but it's still all here, which is cool. And then here's the iron-on that came with it. Bite it. So cool. I love Harry Nilsson. This is it's got stuff from the soundtrack and a bunch of songs mixed through it. I listened to part of it just to see what it was like. It's pretty cool. So, I'll put that away later. Up next, I'm doing all my non-metal ones first. All the metal stuff's coming. Now this here is just a 12-inch single of Peekaboo from Devo. This is very cheap, so I just snagged it up. I like some Devo. And this double record called Playing the Fool, the official live Gentle Giant double record. Now I've got a couple Gentle Giant records, and I gave this a shot. It was only like $5, so I grabbed it. It's got a gatefold. I guess I can show the gatefold on it. There we go. Gentle Giant. Records are in fantastic shape. So I got a lot of these. I went to 2 record stores and then an antique mall and a couple other antique stores. I found some of the greatest stuff at the antique malls. There's a lot of them I didn't buy because they were so overpriced. But like the more obscure ones were reasonably priced, and that's the ones I was after anyway. So I'll point those out when I get to them. This one here was actually from it was like $3 from one of those antique malls, and this is a single, 12-inch single for Burning Up the Night by Crocus. And this is cool because it's got 5 members here. By the time the album Change of Address was out, they only had 4 members. So this is a promo, it says from the Arista album Change of Address, promotional copy, it's a promotional. So I got one more promotional copy, and this is a really cool one. This is Pretty Maids, and it's Future World, 4 songs. It's like an EP. Future World, Loud and Proud, Needles in the Dark, and Yellow Rain. So very cool. I love Pretty Maids. And then I got this One and Only, Anvil. Now this came out a couple years ago. I think they've had one album after this. Since this, I've got all their early stuff. I'm trying to get all the rest. There's a gatefold here with the guys. Anvil. I've never really heard this one, so it'll be interesting to hear if I still like them as much as the early material, which I love the early Anvil stuff. And this here was one of my favorite ones I got. Now this here is a 40th anniversary of Rat, Out of the Cellar. And it's got a lenticular cover. You see that? Which is pretty cool. But it's got some cool bonus things in it. It's the record itself. It's got this sleeve, which is really cool, but the record's pretty cool looking. And it's on this red and black splatter vinyl, Out of the Cellar. But the thing I love the most is it comes with this 7-inch single for a song. It says here, unreleased track, Reach for the Sky. So it was an unreleased track they recorded during the Out of the Cellar sessions, and there it is. And then and I've listened to it. It's a great song. I'd never heard it before, which is cool to hear a new Rat song that's an old Rat song. So here's the vinyl, 7-inch vinyl. Just got that on both sides, but I thought that was really cool. I bought it mainly for that, but I like the packages. Really good packaging they did on that one, so I grabbed it. And there we go, there's the back. Looks the same, lenticular cover. And then this one here, I love this band, and this is TT Quick with their first EP. I have their full-length album that came out after this, and I love that. Medal of Honor, but this is before that. And they do a cover of Fortunate Son on here, which is cool. The Creedence song, there's the back there. This one I'd never really seen in the wild before. All these are in the wild. None of this was purchased online. That's how I tend to like to buy my stuff. And then while I was down there, they had a store that had a bunch of leftovers from Record Store Day. So I didn't get any Record Store Day stuff until just a couple days ago. And they had one copy of this, and that's the Eternal Idol from Black Sabbath. Now, I'm not a Tony Martin fan. I don't like his vocals. To me, it's almost like if you say say it's a football team and you've got, let's see, a team at random, the Broncos. Say John Elway was Ozzy Osbourne, and then Peyton Manning was Ronnie James Dio. This would be Brock Osweiler singing. So it's just, the music's still good, but I don't know. I don't like his vocals, Tony Martin. I never have. They don't sound right to me with Black Sabbath, but that's just me. But the music I love, so I had to pick that up. And this one here is a leftover from a couple years ago. I think it was a Pearl Jam Unplugged. And it's all stuff from the first album. They did this after the album 10, so it does have Black on it, which is why I got it, because I love the song Black. I think that's amazing. And, I think I remember watching this when it was out, and I liked it, so pretty cool. I'll have to listen to that soon. And I picked up a copy of the Thin Lizzy Jailbreak alternative album. I love Thin Lizzy. Jailbreak's a great record. Probably my third or fourth favorite Thin Lizzy record. My favorite's always been Johnny the Fox, but I love like Black Rose and Renegade and this one. They're all good. Not Renegade, Fighting. That's a great one. Chinatown. The early ones are not quite as good, the first two, but they're still really good. And I also got this Desolation Boulevard live and demos from The Sweet. Love them. Very underrated glam rock band from the early 70s. And this, I believe, was from what year? I don't know what year, but I know it was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't this year. Maybe. The Last in Line picture disc, Dio. It's got 4 songs, which is cool. The Last in Line, We Rock, and Egypt, The Chains Are On with Children of the Sea. And Egypt, The Chains Are On. That's why I love that song. Oh, it's one of my favorite Dio songs. And that's just so cool looking. And the back of the picture disc looks like that. I checked it out. And then they had a copy of this. They had one copy of all these records. It wasn't like multiple copies sitting around. But I got lucky to get them. I got the Judas Priest Live in Atlanta, 82. Which I'll have to spin. I haven't spun this yet. Double record. And I was hearing this here. I heard this was going for crazy money. I think it cost me like $40. So pretty good there. I love some Priest. And then that was my record store day ones that I found. This one here I never even knew was out. This is Twisted Sister Now Playing. That's a series, a cheap record series they have going called Now Playing. They all have these different colors, but they all say that up there on like that. But Twisted Sister. And the track list is amazing on this. I mean, look at those songs on there. For Twisted Sister fans, it's just great. Bad Boys of Rock and Roll, I Am, I'm Me. You Can't Stop Rock and Roll, The Kids Are Back, and We're Not Gonna Take It is side 1. Side 2, I Wanna Rock, I Believe in Rock and Roll, that's from Come Out and Play. The Fire Still Burns, Wake Up the Sleeping Giant, which is so cool, and Oh Come All You Faithful from this record, which I found as well. This is the Twisted Christmas record, and I got it on CD. I've always wanted to find it on vinyl. Finally did. $20, so I picked it up. Very cool. And it's on green wax, I believe. Like a green... there we go. Yeah. Pretty good. It's very Christmassy. And I picked up a copy of this because I found it still in the shrink. Now, I do have a copy. Mine's a UK. I wanted to pick up a US copy of it, too. All fired up from Fastway, and it's in perfect, like, near-mint condition in the shrink. Love this album so much. My favorite on here has got to be, If You Could See, the song that they also put on the soundtrack for Trick or Treat. But this is just great. Great album. Their second. And then... this is a Hot Topic exclusive. I've never owned a record from them. This is probably the only one I get. But this is the Ghost Skeleton. And it's on bone vinyl, like that color there. Haven't opened it yet, but it was only $22, so I grabbed it. This one here, I remember I had this on cassette back in the late 80s, early 90s, whenever this was out. And I totally forgot about this band. The Royal Court of China with Geared and Primed. Now, they're pretty good. They're a good hard rock metal band. Not one of my favorites, but I do like them. I used to have it, so it's bringing back some memories. When I threw it on, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. So it's one of those, and I'll give it a couple spins and see if it's still as good as I was remembering. And I was able to pick up 3 albums by one of my favorite artists. He's a drummer, guitarist. He was a founding member of Caius, and this is Brant Bjork with Punk Rock Guilt. So this is cool. This is a double record here. Brant Bjork is an awesome, awesome guy. And it also got Europe 16, a live double record. Recorded at Columbia Theater on November 19th, 2016. So I've never heard his solo stuff, but I love everything he's been in that I've heard, so I'm sure I'll like it. And then I also got Local Angel on the Heavy Psych Sounds label. And this one's got a pretty cool, the vinyl's pretty cool on this. There we go, there's the vinyl. You can flip it. Kind of cool looking. Matches pretty well with the cover. And, you know, I'm still going. I still got about a dozen more here. I told you, I go a little crazy when I go out of town. So I don't really buy online, so I have my local store here. So when I go out of town, I tend to buy a lot. And I got 0 Days from Prongs, my 4th Prong record. I love them. This is a killer record. And then a UK copy, UK press, original of The Best of Judas Priest. So this is an original UK press of it. Very cool. And this one here is a repress, but I saw it and had to get it. This is Death and Raw, live in LA from Death, double live album. Very cool. It's a gatefold. I got to show gatefolds because so many times now they just throw 2 records into a single sleeve, and I really don't like that as well. They should make all double records gatefolds as far as I'm concerned, but that's just me. And let's see if I can get it back in here. I'll do it later. We're running long, so. And then I got, okay, now this here is the deluxe 10th anniversary, and I have an original, but now I had to get this because it has extra tracks, and it's one of my favorite artists, Ace Frehley with Anomaly, and it's got the, what's it called? I forgot the name, whatever. But yeah, it's another really cool one. I love Ace Frehley, of course, and this Anomaly is one of my favorite solo records he did. There's a cover of the one I have, the other one I have. It's got his other records in there, some of them, and yeah, it's killer. And it's got, the regular record goes up to Fractured Quantum. This also has Hard For Me, Pain in the Neck slower version, and The Return of Space Bears. So that's really cool. Pain in the Neck's one of my favorite Ace Frehley solo songs. That's a killer one. Just a great song. It's a classic Ace song, Pain in the Neck. And then this one here, this is Doro with Calling the Wild. Doro Pesh, of course, from Warlock. And this is really cool. It's a 2 LP picture disc. I don't like the picture disc as well, but I still liked Doro when I saw it. It was cheap. Had to get it. Now I have a repress of this. Now I have an original 83 press of Riot Born in America. Look at that. It's in perfect shape. Near mint, Riot Born in America. Great band. And then we got this one here. I found it at one of the antique malls for like $25. The Best of Metal Blade Volume 3. And I love these comps. Really cool. It's got some great stuff on it. Starts out with Me Against the World from Lizzie Borden and goes from there. That's what's on there, if you can pause it and check it out. And here's the inside there. Another great gatefold. So I love finding stuff like this. Especially, that was an antique store in Utah. And then I got the Mammoth WVH. Wolfgang Van Halen, of course, his first one. So now I have both the Mammoth records on vinyl. And here's another one I found. This is Le Mans, and this is from '86. This is a original press. I remember them, but I don't remember what they sound like. So a lot of these I buy kind of blind. This one here is from the antique mall, and I was totally blown away when I saw this. And it was very reasonably priced. It was like $20. I couldn't believe it. It's in the shrink with the hype sticker. Mean Machine from Udo. That's Udo Dirkschneider from Accept. His second solo record, or with the band Udo instead of Accept. And then three more, a couple more. I got Fu Manchu, Return to Earth, 91 to 93. Love Fu Manchu. That's a great cover too. There we go, some Fu Manchu. And I've been looking for this band, records of this band for a long time. Finally found one in the wild. Dirty Weapons from Killer Dwarfs. And that happens to be my favorite album by the Killer Dwarfs. Love it. Of course, Coming Through is on here. That's my favorite Killer Dwarfs song. So I'm so happy to find that. And this one here, it was another antique mall find. And this is Wait for the Night. It's an EP by Virgin Steel. Their EP after their first album, or their second. Can't remember which. But I have the Virgin Steel too. Now I got to find their debut record. Love this band, power metal, killer stuff. And there we go. That's what I found in Utah. I'll see everyone on the next one. Thank you so much, Josh and Emma. And everyone, I'll see you next time. Bye.